Hola amigos, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. And today is going to be our final visit to the Kingdom of Avalor. Man, can't believe it's been 4 years since Princess Sophia freed Princess Elena from the Amulet of Avalor. And after kicking Shariki off her throne, Elena has been learning a lot on how to rule her kingdom, as well as making a lot of great allies with Jacquelines and Sirenas. Also, after getting new powers from a magical crystal well and learning about Esteban's betrayal last year, Elena has been learning not only to control her emotions and embracing her powers, but she's also hired Antonia as the first female member of the Royal Guards. Sophia sent Matteo his grandfather's book in order to meet Alcazar. Isabel gathers a team to stop a bandit with a magical guitar. Naomi got to sail the 17 seas for a little while, before returning to Avalor for good 3 episodes later. Also, Kita Moss made Isabel go on a quest to recover the heart of the jaguar. And Elena has been gaining some reinforcements, like Ixalan, the Maruvian lightning warrior, along with Victor and Carla Delgado, in order to help defend Avalor from Ash and Esteban. But now that Elena is going to become the new Queen of Avalor, will this new TV finale be worth the watch? Well, let's find out. Airing on Disney Channel on August 23rd, 2020, the special is Elena of Avalor Coronation Day. So, on for the plot of the special. As plans for Elena's coronation are underway, Ash Delgado's team of villains unleash a group of legendary spirit misfits known as the Four Shades of Awesome to attack Avalor. In order to save her kingdom, her family, and her friends, Elena must journey to the spirit world and back to face the ultimate test of her courage and character before becoming queen. So, what do I personally think of this special? Well, this special was absolutely glorious. And of course, it was definitely worth the wait. But in order to explain why I love this special, let's move on to Mustang Notes. Now, there's not a lot of trivia to talk about, except for the fact that the moral says that revenge does not solve anything, for it will lead to bad decisions, and it is always important to forgive, and of course you need to leave the past behind you and look towards the future, and power alone will never make anybody happy. You know, that message kind of sounds similar to what Simba had to learn before heading back to the Pride Lands. As for the animation, well, like the rest of the show, the animation is absolutely flawless. Now, I know I already described Avalor as a Latin American-style kingdom, as well as Nueva Vista being like Venice, and Coronado being like Atlantica and Maraway Cove, but I don't think I ever described the spirit world in this series. You see, unlike in Coco and the Book of Life, the spirit world is a huge colorful tree inspired by Mexican Tree of Life folk art, where each branch represents a different type of spirit. One branch is for the good spirits, one is for the bad ones, one is for the ancestors, one is for the spirit guides, and one is for the free-spirited zanies. Some of my favorite parts in this finale is when Doña Paloma and several other Avalorans organize Elena's coronation reception, where everybody celebrates Elena's 20th birthday, and I think the celebration at the end was very emotional, but also very surprising due to Sophia and her family making an appearance. Also, another one of my favorite scenes is the Ola Ball game, which kind of makes me think of a similar game from the Road to El Dorado. And I like that Elena asks her late parents and Bobo to be her teammates. Plus, during the game, I noticed several characters like Alakazar, Shiriki, and Sansa in the audience. Also, the action and fight scenes make this special very intense and epic. Now let's talk about the songs in the special. First is Begin a New Journey, sung by Marlena and Armando, as they tell Elena's story with puppets. In my eyes, this song is a very cute way of going down memory lane, since, well, this song is performed in a puppet show, and I really love Marlena's singing, and it was pretty funny when Armando got tangled up in stage ropes. Next up is Fit to be Queen, sung by Princess Elena, Francisco, Luisa, Isabel, Naomi, Mateo, Gabe, Doña Paloma, Julio, Princess Valentina, Queen Abigail, Princess Chloe, King Toshi, and the Jacquelines as they prepare Elena for her coronation ceremony. To me, this would have to be one of my favorites due to the flamenco rhythm. And I really love some of the verses, which feels like wonderful callbacks to songs like My Time and Ready to Rule. Next we have the villain song, Four Shades of Awesome, sung by Vuli, Yolo, Kahu, and Hitz, as they introduce themselves to Esteban. To me, this has got to be one of the catchiest villain songs that I've ever heard, and I really like how these shades demonstrate their powers, like chaos, mesmerism, animal transformations, lightning, petrifications, and time manipulations. Next is Never Too Late, which is a distant duet sung by Princess Elena and Esteban. During the song, Elena expresses her will to make up for her mistakes, while Esteban laments how it is too late to make up for all the troubles that he caused. To me, this song really pulls at my heart due to it being really emotional. Finally, we have Our Love Will Always Shine So Bright, which was, believe it or not, written by Elena's grandfather, Francisco. In my eyes, this song is really amazing, and I just love the choreography, especially when Elena dances with Sophia. And now, let's move on to the characters and the voice actors who brought them to life. The main heroine and new Queen of Avalor, Princess Elena, is once again voiced by Amy Carrero, who got to be in Young and Hungry, and She-Ra, Princess of Power. To me, Elena has really come a long way to becoming queen, and in this special, I really love Elena's determined personality while she supports her family and her kingdom. However, there are times when Elena does not think clearly and she easily gets angry and distracted. But on the other hand, Elena is still shown to be level-headed and compassionate enough to think things through. Also, I like that nearing the end of the special, Elena gains a new magical emotion, the power of forgiveness, where her dress turns white and all the evil magic reverts and disappears. And I like when Elena appoints Naomi as her chancellor, Isabel as royal inventor, Gabe as royal general, and Mateo as master wizard. Next is her sister, Princess Isabel, voiced by Jenna Ortega. Best known from Stuck in the Middle. In my eyes, like Elena, Issa has come a long way too, after learning that she can be a great leader for Avalor, while still being an ingenious inventor. In this special, with Elena trapped in the spirit world, Issa acts as ruler in her place, commanding everybody to take action. One of my favorite moments is when Issa uses a special crossbow with spells to quickly subdue her enemies. And I liked when she easily took out one of the shades by redirecting the lightning with a lightning rod. Next we have Zuzo, voiced again by Keith Ferguson. Best known as Blue from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Lucia from the Kingdom Hearts games, and Owl from Bambi 2. To me, Zuzo is still the same helpful and hilarious fox spirit, and in this special, I like when he gives Elena advice that the Grand Macaw does not always mean what he says or says what he means. Next is the adorable Flo, voiced by Kether Donahue, who got to be in the first Pitch Perfect movie. Ever since she came to life in The Magic Within last year, I thought Flo was such a fun and bubbly character, just like Pinkie Pie in My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. In several other episodes, Flo is always happy to help, whether it's making chocolate or being used as a test subject for magical spells. Her cheery nature helps Elena and others to look at the bright side of any situation. Also, Flo considers herself Elena's adorable sidekick and will follow her anywhere, even to the spirit world. Next we have Elena's parents, King Raul and Queen Lucia, voiced by Nestor Cabonel and Andrea Navedo. To me, this special shows their biggest role in the entire series. Yes, they do help Elena during the Ola Ball game in the spirit world, but during the timeout part, Raul tells Elena that he was very ignorant when Esteban tried to warn them about Shirigi's invasion, and Lucia reminds Elena that they will always be in her heart, and being angry and taking revenge will not bring back the dead. Our secondary villain, Ash Delgado, is once again voiced by veteran voice actress Greta Liesel. After The Magic Within, Ash and Esteban have been gathering other evil beings like Chitana, Zuloko, and Pili to help them invade Avalor. But after fighting Elena's team and unleashing the Shades of Awesome, Ash, along with Elena, get trapped in the spirit world, and she chooses Troyo, Orizaba, and Zopilote as her Olaball teammates. In my eyes, Ash is still a ruthless, vile, and despicable Malvado, especially when confronting Victor and Carla. But I'm glad that Ash got her comeuppance when she wins the game and becomes trapped in the spirit world forever. Next is Elena's cousin, the former Chancellor Esteban, voiced by Christian Lance, who got to voice Gregorio Cortez in the Spy Kids Netflix series. In my eyes, while being led astray by Ash and manipulated by the Shades, Esteban is not 100% evil, In fact, he's a very sympathetic guy due to him not wanting his family hurt. And I think his redeeming moment is when he makes a heroic sacrifice to save Elena from being petrified, and when he combines his magic with Elena's to send Kahoo back to the spirit world. Next we have Kita Moss, voiced by Cheech Marin, and King Virago, voiced by Andres Soglioso. To me, these guys are very memorable characters when they help battle the Shades. However, I found it surprising when Kita Moss revealed that Esteban and learning to forgive him was Elena's ultimate test to become queen. Next we come to the Grand Macaw, voiced by Patrick Warburton, whom you may remember from The Emperor's New Groove, the Hoodwinked movies, Happily Never After, and Red Shoes and the Seven Dwarfs, which should get an American DVD release later this September. To me, this guy is a real party animal who's pretty chill and reasonable, yet he doesn't exactly have a high view of humanity. He thinks it's better to be a spirit and live in the spirit world rather than living in the human world. But at least he knows when to respect those around him. Finally, we come to the true villains of the special, the Four Shades of Awesome. They are Kahoo, voiced by Jenny Slate, Vuli, voiced by Mark Hamill, Yolo, voiced by Fred Armisen, and Hetz, voiced by Andy Garcia. To me, these guys are the best characters in the entire special, and I think they have very chaotic abilities. Plus, they all have very fun and comedic moments. However, to me, Kahoo sticks out the most due to how soft-spoken, yet scary, and manipulative she is. Plus, I think the way she turns people to stone seems kind of similar to how Han Solo got trapped in carbonite in Star Wars 5. And now let's move on to my final words. Overall, Elena of Avalor, Coronation Day, was a fantastic TV finale, and it made Elena's show really go out with a bang and definitely worth watching. The animation is amazing, the story is both thought-provoking and heartwarming, it has a good message regarding forgiveness and learning from mistakes, and the songs are absolutely unforgettable. Plus, Elena has really come a long way to becoming Queen of Avalor, and she has gotten a lot of great friends and allies. And if it wasn't for Princess Sophia, Elena wouldn't be around to rule Avalor today. So, am I recommending this special? Well, absolutely. And if Craig Gerber is watching this video right now, I would like to say thank you and your team for making Elena of Avalor such a really wonderful show. And so, with that said, it gives me great honor to give this special a full rating of 100%. Well, that's all for now, amigos. Be sure to join me for my next blog. Mustang Power.